Hello, hello. Laura Whitfield here, your independent Scentsy consultant with Laura's Aroma Retreat. And as you can tell, we are diving into my empties basket. So it's overflowing. It's very clearly overflowing. But I didn't do near the amount of damage that I normally do because of everything that's going on in the house. So I think I had mentioned, I know I had mentioned that we were having a taco and flooring party. Not really a party, right? It was not a party, believe me. But we were having the taco bar, and some of my family and some of my friends were coming to help me put the house back together, to start putting the tangible things that we can back together, right? So that I have about, I'd say 98% of the flooring in. The last space to do is the laundry room. So it would have been done. But Haley managed to catch hand, foot, mouth at school. So my brother and a couple of his friends who have known since they were little bitty, they've been friends forever, did come back and have been, were helping me finish up some of the things that we didn't get to that last weekend. But everything is kind of halted because we are currently on quarantine. But because hand, foot, mouth is nasty and you don't want to give it to other people. So anywho, we are in quarantine. It's just not COVID quarantine. So anyways, I've not done near the amount of damage because, in preparation for having the floors put in, and, I was right down there with everybody helping. I've been, I didn't just have people come in and do it. I'm not built for that. I have to jump in there and help. I needed to get down. I needed to put in pieces. I'm not very good at measuring and cutting those pieces, but it is what it is. So we're about 98% of the way done. The only thing left is the laundry room, and then we are good to go. But in anticipation for that, I did take down a rather significant amount of my warmers because the pieces that I would normally have them on set up, we were going to have to move those furniture pieces, and I did not want anything to get broken. So while we have an overflow, it's not like an overflow to the whole table. So that's actually pretty good for me. And then the last couple of days, now that the floor is in the front room and all of that, I have set myself up a little office corner, which I will show you guys at the very end once we do the empties. But I did take down, obviously, the warmers that were on those furniture pieces as well. So I wasn't putting wax in those. So this is reserved for me, extremely reserved for me. But I will be back to my full melting capabilities soon enough, because we're just going to keep clipping along on things. So it is bittersweet. It is beautiful, but it is bittersweet because you guys know, you've been here with me for a while. James and I have put our heart and soul into this house, and it's hard. It's hard to see time move forward. It's hard to not have him here to celebrate it with me. But it gives me a little bit of peace to know that I'm at least fixing some of the chaos that I can fix. So, but I will show you my corner because all my bedrooms need to be bedrooms at this point. I was using the little bedroom down here as my office for a while. But I need to make sure that my in-laws have a bedroom for when they come up. They were actually supposed to be here right now. And I had to call them. Unfortunately, I caught them early enough, only 20 minutes after they had left their house, when I discovered that Haley had blisters all in the inside of her mouth. And I'm like, we're going to have to reschedule. I already knew what it was. She'd had it once before, 3 years ago. It was actually the straw that broke the camel's back that got me to quit my job and stay home with the kids. So when I got pregnant with Elena, And we were already having struggles with Haley because she, had severe reflux as a baby. And like we had, the stress of it, like the stress of trying to juggle 2 kids in daycare and him and I being on opposite schedules and being passing ships in the night and, whatnot. I didn't want to walk away from my job, right? I love my job. I was a human resources manager for a chain of Goodyear stores. There's 6 of them here in Northwest Indiana. And I loved my job and I loved my team and I loved my people. And when Haley got hand, foot, mouth the first time from the daycare, I mean, she had blisters all down her throat and I had to like squeegee water in my mouth, in my kid's mouth to keep her from getting dehydrated and all of that. And, when we went through that, James was like, Laura, enough is enough. You've never had to work. You don't have to work. It's time. It's time to give it up. So hand, foot, mouth is actually what, funny enough, changed our whole life. It's what brought us here to this house. It's what gave us 2.5 of the most beautiful years together. So it's funny that I feel like it's kind of come full circle for, it to pop up at another pivotal, life-changing time. I don't know, it's weird. And I've officially decided that I hate the number 3. I hate 3 and I hate 38. I hate 3 and I hate 38. But we'll go ahead and we'll dive in, and then I will show you guys my corner. Because, I don't know, I'm proud. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of everything that he taught me how to do and that I could still do it without him being here. I will tell you, though, that he was always super, super twitchy when I touched his tools. It's kind of like when he sat down at my computer and be like, what you doing, babe? What do you got going on there? What are you touching? He would do the same thing to me with tools. So I'm sure if he is watching over us, and, I know a lot of people say that he is, I'm still not at that point where I know, like, I don't know what I believe anymore. But if he was watching, I'm sure that he was like, it was a nail biter every time I picked up a drill, or as I was picking out what bit I needed to use, or with the level. I'm sure it was a nail biter the whole time. I'm sure he was super twitchy. He was probably pacing back and forth. So, but I will show you, and I hope he's proud of himself. Not proud of me, right? I hope he's proud of himself, because before he entered in my life, I had 1 screwdriver that I owned, and you could change the tip. So like it was 1 screwdriver and it had a little slide-on piece, and you could change the tip as you needed, and that was literally the only tool that was in my possession. And he was like, what the is this? Like, where's the rest of the tools? I'm like, this is it. I don't need any. Oh, no, wait, I had a hammer. I take that back. So for me to be able to do the things that I did in the last couple of days is 100% because he was literally the most brilliant and talented person in the entire planet. And he had patience enough to teach my stupid self how to do these things. So, yeah. I don't know, big couple of days. Good couple of days. It is good. I'm already on the verge of tears, but it's been a good couple of days just because I feel accomplished. And I don't know. I will tell you though, man, Elena lit up. She came to life these last couple of days. She's, the littlest one, Nuggie. She was always by Daddy's side, right? All the tool things, all the building things, she was always with him. So when I was like, hey, do you want to help mommy build a desk? She was like, the glow on that child's face, and she goes, yes, mommy, I'll go get my screwdriver, because my 3-year-old has her own set of tools that her father took her to buy. So she got to use a lot of tools the last couple of days. So it's been good. It's been good. But okay, let's dive into this because I need to get them into the recycle and out of my house. because while my corner looks fantastic, I'm not done with like organizing some things. Like I have to get some of my packaging stuff into their Tupperwares or into their totes and get them put away in the closet, because you know, I had to empty out the whole closet too to put flooring through there. I mean, not the whole closet, but we've rejigged so many things and had to move things as we're doing things. Like, I just feel like everything is exploded everywhere and there's just chaos. And it does feel, it's bittersweet, but it feels good for me to kind of get organized. You know, but it's super bittersweet, and it's really, to physically see time moving forward and to not live in a time capsule is, it's good and it's bad. So, okay. Let's start with the two harvest bars that I have warmed so far. So what I did with my set was I take the top two cubes on these and make samples with them so that I can get them out, like my Happy Mail and stuff. I'm going to start prepping for that in the next few days. What day is it? It's only the 18th, probably next week, to be honest with you, so I can finish the organization project. But I did make samples with them, and then I saved the rest of them for myself to warm. So we'll start with the one that I did first, which was maple rum cake. I love this. I love this. Even though the cinnamon note, it came out with a vengeance, man, on warm. So you can tell I'm in a tank top, right? So it's been probably mid 80s here the last couple of days. Like we had a cold snap and then it heated back up, and with me moving and hauling and working and stuff, I mean, I was hot today, hot and sweaty. So this, I think, will do way better when it is actually cold. But I do love it. I will be getting a couple more bars of this. I think I might have already thrown it into my club so that I could get a couple more bars now that the clubs are not on lockdown. It's beautiful. This is a rich, cozy, warm, decadent kind of scent. It's got just that smidge of the bakery in it, and it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. But I do feel like it needs to be a bit colder, because that rum and that cinnamon punch, like that spice note, does come out very well on warm. So this, and I actually, look, you guys, I've got scent notes. I've got my harvest brochure here. Don't count on that for the rest of the basket. But it's buttered rum, cinnamon sugar, vanilla frosting, and maple drizzle. So I don't get a whole lot of that maple. It's just like a little touch of the maple. But that cinnamon drizzle, it does come to life in the warmer. So if you are sensitive to spice, like I am, this one is actually a really good spice to give it a go, because I think it's all very well blended and balanced where it's not too much. So the other one is Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin. This is a perfect transitional fall scent, okay? Because it's still 80 something. I'm still ready for all the fun of fall and all the feel of fall and the sense of fall. And this is just it. Like, it's not too much fall, okay? It's a really nice transitional scent, and it's not, I wouldn't say like it's a super strong performer. It was somewhere in the middle. It was very clearly there, but it was very subtle. It was a very subtle scent, and I did put it into the kitchen just because like half my warmers are down right now. So it's really been the kitchen that I've been melting in the last couple of days. But this is really pretty. So this one is Harvest Pumpkin, Cozy Vanilla, and Sparkling Cinnamon. I don't really get any of the cinnamon in this. So the cinnamon in this it's so faint that I almost detect no spice at all. It just kind of gave it this fun little twist, and probably ramped up, because pumpkin can be a softer scent. Kind of just gave that pumpkin that little extra boost to bring it into that medium performance category instead of the light category. So that was lovely. I have not done wild for fall, and I'm not sure I want to do that right now. I really, like, I think they misnamed it. I really do. I feel like it should have been like festive fur or fall festival or something not wild for fall. I don't get fall vibes from it all. I really get like a Christmas vibe from it, and it's the pine. It is the pine in it. So that one's got Douglas fir, Satsuma mandarin, and golden sunflower. So I get what they were trying to do, but when I hear the name Wild for Fall, in my mind I picture like painted leaves mixed with a little bit of around the campfire, right? So you've got the wet leaf smell. Like I'm thinking about like when I hear Wild for Fall, like our yard, right? We've got some really nice trees and we get tons of leaves, tons and tons of leaves. And James has what we call his Ghostbuster pack, which I guess I'm going to have to learn how to operate this year. And he'll go out there and he'll blow the leaves all into a pile, but then we blow them straight to our burn pit because we live rural. So we've got a nice fire pit to do like campfires and s'mores and all of those fun things that he built me. And then we have just our burn pit, right? So like all the sticks and branches and leaves and stuff. And I country recycle. I do my country recycle boxes and stuff, and we burn all that out in the burn pit, right? So when I think Wild for Fall, I think, the leaves in the fire pit. So you've got that very distinct, like wet leaf smell, like the fall leaf smell with that tiny hint of campfire. I think they messed this one up. That's my personal opinion. You might disagree. It'll probably melt lovely, but I do not feel like it's a fall scent. So I know the pine addict over here is like, I'm not ready to melt pine. I'm not ready to melt that one yet. So it did not make it into this week's basket. Or we know this basket is more than a week, let's be honest. I am not consistent on when I get to these melting videos. I suck at that. Gimme Candy. We will probably find more than one of these bars in this basket. I am obsessed. I am obsessed with this bar. It is beautiful. It is so good. Like it's this caramelized pumpkin, and I know that it shows candy corn on the front, but that's super deceiving. But it's got this really like beautiful caramel note to it. This Scentsy does magic things with their September scent of the month. Last year we got Scary Good, which smelled like hot, fresh baked pumpkin pie straight out of the oven. And this year we got Gimme Candy. This is divine. This is club worthy. I am keeping this bar. I've already melted it more than once. I love that. Today I have going We Are All Mad Here. Another club worthy bar. So it reminds me very, very much of Monstropolis. It's this tangy, like, I don't want to say citrus. I'm sure that there's citrus in it. And, in true form, all I had was my Harvest Pusher. But I don't know. There's something so different about this. It's deep. It's rich. It's tangy. It's zesty. Like, it's got this zing to it. Oh, this is amazing. It's amazing. Last thing not in the basket. I finished out another brick of blueberry cheesecake. This is, and I've already put my next brick in my club. It'll come with my next club order since bricks are a club exclusive. I love blueberry cheesecake, you guys. This is just like it's one of my favorite kitchen scents. It's a go-to all the time, clearly. It's just so good. You've got that rich apparently seems to be the word of the evening, by the way. I don't know, this rich, creamy cheesecake with just that tiny hint of blueberry. It's glorious. I can never get enough. I will always have a brick of blueberry cheesecake. It's delicious. The basket. Okay. We'll get the guy on the edge here. I did finish out a laundry system in Palm Beach Breeze. I have since switched to Fluffy Fleece. Fluffy Fleece is my favorite laundry I have ever tried. It is amazing, amazing, amazing performance. Like that scent hangs on. It's, I love it. Palm Beach Breeze. I have used this one before. I wasn't super impressed with it the first time around. And as I was cycling through our different laundry scents, I'm like, I'm just going to give it another go. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. Like, I love it. I love the way it smells in the container. Let me put it that way. Like in wax, this would be a wonderful, wonderful scent. Like, I love the way this smells in the container. Something about it in laundry though, like once the washers run, I get like a musty smell in my clothes. And that's like, I thought maybe I was hallucinating the first time I used this, because I was like, okay, well, you know, we already knew that we were getting the new well put in. Our water was, you know, funky. I thought it was the water. And I thought it was because, you know, we needed the new well or whatever, because, you know, you guys, this is a project house. We knew it was a project house when we bought it. So we've been doing projects little by little. So it's probably been a solid 6 months to maybe a year since I used this in laundry. I want this in wax because it smells so good in here. But I don't know. You know, so I gave it the second go. I still get like a faint musty smell. Something about it just kind of, I don't know, it transforms. Maybe it just doesn't react well with the fact that we're on well water. But I've not had any issues with any other laundry product, just that one. So I will not be repurchasing that again. If they discontinue any laundry scent going forward for whatever the next catalog is, because we know we're going to lose one to pick up a new one, right? They can take Palm Beach Breeze back. It's fine. Just take that one. Let's see. We do have 2 fragrance flowers here. One of them is mine and one of them was in Lexi's room. So this one was Vanilla Bean Buttercream. And I like to keep a fragrance flower in what I call our old lady linen closet upstairs. There is, for some reason, that closet, and you guys have probably heard me talk about it before, it's got a funk. It just does. It's got a funk. And no matter what we've done to it, aside from pulling like out all the shelving and repainting it from the inside, and I think it's just because there's the access panel to the inside of the walls so that you could get to the plumbing for the bathtub and the shower. I think it's probably inside the walls, like the old musty home smell. But because that access panel is in that closet can get funky. I like to keep a fragrance flower in there. And like Vanilla Bean Buttercream does really, really well in there, but really it's any of the Buttercup Bells. So the Buttercup Bell, I feel, has a much better throw than the Dahlia Darling. I think this is prettier. I think it's sturdier. It holds up better. This is good. She had Luna. I can tell she had a Luna flower. But I don't know, the Buttercup Bell just has a better throw. It throws like a champ. And that's a closed space, right? The closet is a closed space and it throws like a champ in there. So, this was out of Lexi's room. The petals are dry. So it's probably been dry for a while, but she had the Luna fragrance flower in the other style. So we have both styles, to show off here tonight. So I have seen some really cute ideas for these jars, and I think I'm going to hang on to them this time around. Normally I just recycle them, but I've seen some really cute ideas of stuff to do with the jars. So I am going to Pinterest it up and see what I can repurpose the fun, cutesy little jars for. So let's see. Oh, 100 Acre Wood Scent Pack. So I was cleaning litter boxes this morning and Lena goes, "Mommy, where's the Scentsy?" And I'm like, what do you mean? There wasn't a scent pack. I put it, so James had built like a litter house, right? So it locks. And when we originally built this, it's one to cut down on the cat litter getting all over the floor. Doesn't prevent it entirely, but it does a darn good job of cutting it down fairly significantly. And 2, because Nuggie was so small at the time, like we didn't want her playing in the litter box. okay? Because my kids are weird. They just are. So I don't know when we took the scent pack out of the litter house, truthfully. I didn't notice because, again, chaos, right? Chaos everywhere. When I was cleaning it and she was looking on the little hook inside the litter house and, Mom, where's the Scentsy? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you want to pick a scent pack? She goes, yeah, it needs the Scentsy. And I'm like, okay, we can pick a scent pack. She wanted to pick Dumbo. I'm like, no, I've got 2 of those left. No, if you want a Dumbo, it can go in one of your buddies, right? I'm not going to waste a precious Dumbo scent pack in the cat house. I have a bit of a hoard of these, and I don't want to put like a super strong scent pack in there, honestly. So I think the last one I had in there was like Silver Bells. It just something on the lighter side to put in there because I don't want the fragrance to be so strong that the cats don't want to use the box. So we went with 100 Acre Wood, which is a nice light like lavender cotton type smell. I love 100 Acre Wood. I really do. I need to get a couple more bars of that. I haven't done 100 Acre Wood in a while. At least not in the bars. I did an apple day. So I went Bright Cider Life in the big room. And then I did caramel apple craze in the kitchen. This is a good combination, you guys. This is all of the fun fall feels without all that spice punch for me. But really, I mean, these two complement each other very well. And they actually would probably be very, very good mixed. But I don't know. I like the caramel apple craze. So the caramel apple craze, you do get that like sweet caramel note, but you really get that like that Mac apple. Like the apple really, really, really shines in caramel apple craze. And then you just get the fun, I don't know, that fun little bit of sweetness to it as well. So caramel apple craze was delightful in the kitchen. And then Bright Cider Life. Bright Cider Life, you guys have heard me talk Bright Cider Life before, right? It reminds me of the apple cider slushies that we would get at the apple orchard that we would go to every year. God, so many scent memories, you guys. Our first real date, like our first actual date, was at the apple orchard, and we took the kids there for the day. And we made it a tradition to go back every year. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to. I'm gonna have to come out of my bubble. I know that I need to. I ended up not having to be the shitty mom who didn't, or hopefully I don't get flagged for that. I ended up not having to be the crappy mom who didn't go with to the dinosaur thing at our local pumpkin patch this weekend because they couldn't go. It's horrible. It's so horrible. My first thought was, I'm okay with this. I'm okay on quarantine because that's where I'd rather be anyways, right? So I didn't have to be the jerk mom who didn't take her kids out this weekend, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to suck it up. I'm gonna have to take them to go do things. I know that. I mean, like I said, I'm like, yay, quarantine. If you would have told me that 6 months ago, I've been like, oh God, please no, please, anything but quarantine. And now I'm like rejoicing, like, oh shoot, I don't have to leave my house for 7 days. My kids don't have to leave the house for 7 days. Honey, I can't. You got bad germs in your mouth. Funny how quickly that changes, right? To, I don't know. It makes me want an apple cider slushie, though. I don't know. We'll see. All right, moving on. What did I pair this with? I did something else. I don't remember. Okay, so I did do a bar of cedar cider in the big room. And You guys, this performs like a champ and it lasts for days. I think I got a good solid like 3 days out of this bar. It's really, really nice. I love the woodsy note, how it comes out in there. You still get like that really nice like apple with a little bit of hint of spice from cider, like cider spice. It's not cinnamon. I don't know what spice goes in cider. I don't know, maybe it is cinnamon, but I don't know. I love the way that the cedar balances that out and gives it kind of like that little woodsy twist. It's very delightful. I did do a bar of Angel Experiment 624 up in the girls' room. It's raspberry bubble yum. Like you guys have heard me. I feel like a broken record sometimes. You know, we've got a lot of new scents, and I like to review the new scents, but like my club is super, super, super important to me and close to my heart. And like, what's the point of having club if I'm not going to warm the bars? So even though you have heard me say this 1,000 times over again, it's raspberry bubble yum. It's delicious. It's delightful. I did, however, on this particular bar, when the Stitch collection came back out, I went from getting it monthly to moving it to my quarterly because I didn't want to lose it. But I do fully admit that I don't reach for it as frequently now as I did in the beginning. So when things re-release like that, it doesn't necessarily hurt my feelings because then I can shift it. But I will tell you guys, my quarterly club is getting hefty. Because I'm now to a point like I'm like, I've made all the cuts that I can make. I don't know what else I could possibly cut out. And then I'm like, well, it's 4 times a year. It doesn't really make me feel that bad that it's growing. So yeah, I don't know. I did finally finish out a lotion, which has been gone for a while now, in Now and Zen. I think I mentioned that in my friend unboxing video. There is a little bit of lotion in the bottom of this, truthfully. Like, I can see it. But at the end of the day, like, this pump system, you can see it doesn't even come close to the bottom. So that's part of why they got rid of this particular style. And I'm sorry, I am not going to be sitting there at the kitchen sink with wet hands, with the top off and was trying to like beat the last little bit out of it. It had a good life. It had a good run. I do love this. It's just a nice, clean scent. And it says it's grapefruit, sunny grapefruit and chamomile. I don't get any grapefruit from it, but I do like it. I enjoy Now and Zen very, very much. It's not available anymore, so it just is what it is. There's other things out there too. I did have a small tub of Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze, so instead of doing 2 large tubs, I think this came, I think I did a 3-pack of washer whiffs just to try out a couple new scents. And with Lex not being home, truthfully, she's mostly been staying at my sister's because of what happened. I've now set down a thing because my poor sister, God love her, needs her life back, and her privacy back. So I'm like, okay, I'm giving you ample notice that, you know, when they get back from Mexico, which they leave not this upcoming week, but next week when they get back from Mexico, it's time for her to spend more time at home than it is for her to spend time at her aunt's house. You know, they're young, they don't have kids. They shouldn't have to immediately step into raising a teenager. She needs to come home, but I'm not going to harp on that too much. But I don't go through the washer whiffs nearly as quickly or as heavy when she's not throwing 3 scoops into her Wendy's laundry. So, let's see. I've got pods in Jammy Time. These are going in the downstairs bathroom. So, with the expansion of the kitchen, and I might have mentioned this before, serious brain, my brain is so foggy. You know, I added the Shining Light warmer to the buffet. So I'm like, I got a 5 wax bar limit a day, no more than 5 wax bars, which I'm sure some of you are cringing like, five? Yeah, 5. That's my limit. I don't typically do 5, but if I change every warmer in the house, it's 5 bars. So I have a 5 bar limit. But with me adding into the kitchen, right, with us adding into the kitchen and me putting that extra warmer in the second half of the kitchen space, I have since switched to wall fan diffusers in both the downstairs bathroom and in the laundry room, as opposed to using the mini warmers. Plus, let's be honest, I need to use some of my pod stash. I just do. And I love Jammy Time. I know they discontinued it, but I didn't see it pop up in clearance. So I think, fingers crossed, it will come back for spring and summer. So I allowed myself to use it because as I'm organizing and going through things, I'm like, what is the point of having it if you're not going to use it? I can't hoard it. I got it. I need to use it. End of. And to do a bar of pink cotton in our master bedroom. I just love this. It's berries and laundry. It is in my club. Pink cotton scares me. I will say that. A lot of pink cotton popped up in clearance. I am terrified that pink cotton is not going to return, but it's my favorite in the wax. Like, I love it in all the things. I do. I love it in all the things, but at least I have the bar because it is one of my favorite ones to melt in our bedroom. We have a bar of Aladdin Arabian Nights. So I did pick this up at a flash sale, and I love the way it smells in the clam. It was virtually undetectable in my bedroom. I wanted to smell this so bad. Like, it smells so good, but it was so light, so super light. I got nothing out of this bar in our bedroom. It made me very sad because I loved it. So I did do a bar of pink rhubarb sugar in the girls' bedroom. So Haley tends to lean, like, Elena doesn't care what we put in as long as she gets to be the one to put the wax in. Truthfully, she just likes to put wax in the warmers and break the wax. So she's not super picky about her scents. Haley, on the other hand, is super picky. She likes them bright. She likes them sweet. She's got a thing for hot pink bars. So we did do pink rhubarb sugar. This came in a whiff box. So it was curing for quite a while, I think, before we dug it out and she chose it to put it in her room. It was strong. Like, I'm shocked how well this did, because I didn't actually purchase it again for myself or get it again for myself, because when, this scent came out in the 10 bars, right, that we consultants get to get them early access. When I melted it, I got like next to nothing out of it. But let pink rhubarb sugar sit for a little bit. It was a powerhouse. Haley was in heaven. My teeth were hurting. It's not my kind of sweet. It's 100% her kind of sweet. My kind of sweet, told you we'd find another one, is Give Me Candy. This is my kind of sweet. Give me the caramel goodness all day long. This one is also my kind of sweet, Black Currant Bubbly. This is in my club. I love it. I love it. It's a screwball from the ice cream truck. That's all I smell. Every time I sniff it, like, I wish, sometimes I'm sad that I live rural, because we don't have an ice cream truck. We have 2 gas stations and a Family Dollar. We don't even have, like, somewhere to eat. So an ice cream truck is for sure not rolling through our neighborhood, but it makes me want one. I wish they sold them in grocery stores. Like, how does one get their hands on a screwball at home? I don't know. Like, how does the ice cream truck have exclusive access to these? I need to figure out where I get those. I have no idea. Maybe GFS would carry them. Never thought to check them. To do a bar of Vanilla Waves. Super, super, super shocked that they discontinued this for fall. Because it's glorious. It's a vanilla, like a salted vanilla caramel in I didn't appreciate it until this spring and summer, but it did go in my club, so I'm safe. I have not tried this in the body though. I don't know how I feel about Vanilla Waves being in body, truthfully. Like, I love this fragrance, but I don't know how I feel like smelling like a really delicious cookie. It's not really my thing, but to do a bar of Glacier Water. This was last month's scent of the month, you guys. This is everything that I wanted Make a Splash to be. It's got that fresh, clean, slightly aquatic, this coolness to it, and just this tiny, tiny little hint of melon without the melon being too punchy. Ugh, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know that it's a club contender though. I think Glacier Water might be one where I'll pick up maybe like a 6-pack of, or maybe get 3 more bars of it, because I can really, like, it's super versatile. I think it's non-offensive for company. I don't think it's headache inducing for anybody. I haven't heard any reviews of it giving anybody a headache. It's a really nice neutral fragrance, but like, we have a lot of fresh scents. So while I love it and it's great, I don't know that it's necessarily a club contender for me. I will probably warm it at least one more time just to make a final decision. Just because, like I said, when I've had that going and people have been here, I've gotten so many compliments on Glacier Water, like, oh my God, this is amazing. So maybe it's a good bar to toss into my quarterly for company time. I did go through a couple of colored light bulbs. So this is the purple one from, I just like to call it the purple bubble, but I forget what it's called. I want to say it's like bubbled ultraviolet. And this is in my master bedroom. So I put the purple bulb in it, or keep the purple bulb in it, because it's the perfect nightlight without being too bright in my room. Especially because the kids like to, every morning I wake up with a child in my bed. It just is what it is. James would go to sleep with Elena, honestly, because, he would get up so early for work that she knew that if she could hold out until Haley fell asleep and couldn't tattle on her, that in 30 minutes time, she'd be able to cuddle up with Daddy. So yes, we keep a warmer nightlight in our room so that our children can sneak into our bed. And they're still doing it. And then I did go through a 20 watt in the green. This is in my Villain's Cauldron warmer. And I find that sometimes when I have warmers that that are just always on, that when I turn them off, all of a sudden they pop. So I did, however, have a backup 20 watt green. I'm going to have to order a backup purple. So right now that warmer's just off. So again, clearly I'm not melting as much as normal, because of course it blew right after I placed an order, right? To do a bar of fresh ice in our bedroom. I just love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. And the NFL collection is returning on Thursday. I'm not a hockey fan. I'm not a sports fan of any kind, truthfully. Like, I don't watch football. I don't watch hockey. I don't do sports. But as I mentioned, my club is getting a little nutty. I can order a few bars of this or take it out of my club while it's running for the next couple of months and save some space. But it will go back in my club before it retires, because I just love it. I love fresh ice. It's this nice, cool, crisp, clean, minty fragrance that just, it's so good. Did a bar for the very first time of apple cherry strudel. Okay, so you guys all went nuts, or other consultants went nuts, when this retired last fall and winter. And I'm like, I have never tried it. Okay. And in all truth, like, I'm starting to become more and more of a bakery lover. I still only exclusively pretty much keep bakery to my kitchen, give or take a couple of them. This is beautiful. I had to see what all the fuss was about. I 100% get it. While this is going, it does bangarang. It's like cherry. Okay. So cherry scents can be like tooth-achingly sweet, like super, super cloyingly sweet. And sometimes they can smell like cough medicine. This is beautifully done. I will say that. The apple cherry mix, with just that little tiny hint of bakery, really makes the cherry glorious, gorgeous, whatever. This was fun. It was beautiful. I will absolutely do this again, but I agree. It does great for about 6 hours, and when it's gone, it is just gone. Like, it putzes out, it leaves you going, where'd you go? So it's not one I would do all the time because it doesn't last very long, but it would be a nice one occasionally to do. I think it's cherry, though. I find that with a lot of the cherry scents, like, it only goes two ways. One, it's either super medicinal and super sweet, or it's beautiful and it dies fast. Like, you don't get, like, you want to love it for like 2 days straight. And it's just like, no, I'm here, I'm beautiful, and I'm peace out. So I get it. I understand now. I had to know. I just had to know. Did do a bar of Zoinks. This is nice. This is absolutely nice. So this is another bar that does not last super, super long. I will say that, though. I did do it in the big room. It is actually a punchy scent that I like. And I'm not huge on fruit punch scents, right? Like, this is a really nice, like, fruit punch medley that wasn't, I don't know what it is about fruit punch that just turns me off. Like, I don't like the punch scent. The feeling punchy was nasty. What else do we have? Paradise Punch. Not my favorite. I don't really like, it's like a sweet tart kind of smell. Like, punch is tart, right? It is. But it's also super, like, I think sweet tarts, like, where they kind of like sting instead of stinging your mouth when you chew them up, they sting your nose when you breathe them in. I don't know. This is a beautiful punch scent, though. This is not too over the top. This is more like high C type of fruit punch. Not fruit punch, but like high C juice. That, I don't want to say Ecto Cooler. Like, I wish they would bring back Ecto Cooler, by the way. I would drink the heck out of that. Oh, I wonder, is Ghostbusters owned by Warner Brothers, you guys? I think it is. Okay, don't ask me how my brain got there. Probably because it was high C. Like, I think Ghostbusters is, or is that 20th Century Fox? I now have to look that up, because if they could do Ghostbusters and do an Ecto Cooler bar, that would be to die for. With like Slimer on the front. Sorry. You guys, my brain is broken. I think my brain is broken. I don't know. This is really good. It's not club worthy for me, but I did enjoy it. And apparently it was super popular because it sold out really fast. Although I do believe it has been restocked. Let's see. We have a bar. I did my mix of cashmere and corduroy and around the campfire. So I love this. This has got to be a cold day mix, though. Like, it has got to be cold outside. This is so rich and thick. And I do alternating warmers, 1 cube to 1 cube. Okay, and alternating warmers with around the campfire and cashmere and corduroy. Like, I am ready for the cold weather, you guys. Like, I want my fluffy sweaters. I was like, what was it? When I shot my videos last week, right? I was wearing a comfy sweater and I was so happy about it. Now I'm all like, give me back fall. Please give me back fall. I want all of the fall goodness. I like fluffy socks. I like fluffy sweaters. I like fluffy blankets. Like, I want to be a blanket burrito. That's how I want it. I want to be a fluffy burrito. But this is definitely a cold day mix. It's beautiful, but I can't do it when it's 90 degrees out. Okay, I did do 2 bars. So I did this through the whole house. Moana, Spirit of Motunui. There is something about this bar, and it's super unique. It's super different. No idea what your scent notes are, but this is like it's a fruity it's a fruity floral, but it's more fruity than it is floral. Like that floral just gives it this unique twist. I don't think it's available anymore. That's how far behind on my melting reviews I am, you guys. But I love it. I love it. I was super happy to see it come back. I'm now wondering if I remembered to put it in my club before it retired. I think I did. Because I was like dying for this bar to come back because it's so super unique. So I hope I did, but now I got to check. Because again, my brain is not working. It goes one of two ways. Either it's like way down here, or it's way up here, or it's doing some sort of crazy loop-de-loop thing where I can't shut it off, or I can't keep my thoughts straight, or I'm off on some crazy tangent like I am tonight. Oh, look, more gimme candy. Can you tell that this bar, it makes this bar. You need it. You need it, you need it, you need it. Okay, I don't care if you are not a bakery lover. Give it a try, okay? And like I said, I'm not super huge, like over-the-top bakery. I really just like bakery in my kitchen because I feel like it fits that space. And I don't like, I'm a mood melter, but I'm a seasonal melter, but I'm also like a space melter. Like certain things belong in certain, like when I walk into my kitchen, I expect it to smell delicious and not have to have put in the work to make it smell delicious. Like I'm totally fine with wax, making my kitchen smell delicious so that I don't have to do extra dishes to make it smell delicious. Anyways, love this. I cannot say enough good things about Gimme Candy. That one might actually, truthfully, make it into my monthly club because I like it that much. And I don't feel like it's 100% only fall, per se. Speaking of making my house smell delicious and not have to actually do the work for it, Pink Sugar Berry Mint, you guys. Dang it, Scentsy. Why is all of this in clearance? Why did it all end up in clearance? That makes me so mad. So mad. You guys already saw my pod haul. I might have to get a couple more because they're still sitting in clearance, which does not bode well for Pink Sugar Berry Mint. So thank God for Club. That is definitely a scent memory bar. It's a joke. I can't live without it. And then I've got a couple of non-wax things in the bottom. So we have a scent pack in Monstropolis. And this does smell like we're all mad here. This came out of, I think, Sully. I think our Sully buddy. It's got a faint, teensy tiny sniff left. Like enough to be like, yes, this is pretty much all mad here. So even though they haven't brought back Monstropolis, at least I can get pretty darn close to this scent with We're All Mad Here. So I'm fine with that. But this did come out of one of their buddies because it has lived its life. Although, like, I don't know. I love this. I have no purpose for this scent pack at all, other than the fact, like, tell me this isn't darn cute. Like, they do their licensed scent packs so cute. The other one's Kiss the Girl from The Little Mermaid. So, like, they're so adorable. Like, I love these. I love the detail that Scentsy puts into these. And because I am literally, like, a hardcore Disney girl, like, I love it. I don't know. I just love it. So, now, whether or not, I don't know, I'm missing whatever we would have put into their buddies, or maybe we didn't put anything back into their buddies. Maybe they just, I think I found Kiss the Girl cleaning like under the couch or something, and then who knows where that popped up. But they're dead. They need new scent packs. I better check the buddies. And lastly, a set of pods in Fiji flower. I'm glad I have a hoard. There's like barely any scent left in this. These were in the downstairs bathroom. This was the first set of pods that I put in to the wall fan diffuser. I have Minnie Mouse in there right now, but I gotta put my pumpkin guy up. going to put my pumpkin guy up. And he does have lights, by the way. But Fiji flower was the first set of pods I put in there. Please, Scentsy, please bring back Fiji flower. Like literally, like, okay, so, you know, I was checking my notifications or my team group. Like, there's still people hunting. Do you have Fiji flower? Do you have Fiji flower? Bring Fiji flower back in a vengeance, please. This needs to come to our spring and summer catalog. We need it in all the things. Give back the fragrance flower, the wax, the pods. This is probably the number one fragrance that I still see people hunting for on the regular is Fiji flower. We need this all the time because it's beautiful. So, okay. So that, my friends, is everything in my empties basket. We are empty. We get to start over. So let's, if you don't want to hang out with me, you can feel free to click off, right? This is no more reviews, but I will take you to my new corner. I still have to figure out lighting, just FYI, so it's a little dark, but I'm going to take you off my stand here and we're going to go on a little walk. So, by the way, my children in quarantine have dumped out every stinking toy bucket and all their art buckets today out of sheer boredom. So no matter how much cleaning I do, I can't seem to get it all clean. But, all right, so here is my new corner. And like we talked about this extensively, like, okay, where am I going to go? I can't go back to the office. I can't stay in the big room. I can't bring everything upstairs to our bedroom. You know, at that time it was because, well, you sleep, you go to bed really super early. And normally I would work after he went to bed. Now I can't do it because there's always kids in my room. And honestly, like, you know, Scentsy works for me because it works around my schedule and the kids' schedule, right? So like if I have to quick do something, I want to be on the main level. I don't want to have to run upstairs to do anything, right? Like I don't, because I don't want to leave my kids unattended because they're home. It's a family thing. We do it together, kind of deal. So these pieces, this is truthfully my last gift from James. Hi, baby girl. So my sister started an overstock store, and when we were moving Lex out of her dorm, like she has a futon and a mini fridge and all of that, and we thought my sister could use it at her warehouse in the interim, so she had somewhere to sit and keep drinks and whatever. Like we didn't need it in the house, right? So we had he had taken some stuff over there to her warehouse to store it, and had seen this desk in the box. You know, and like he knew I wanted one with a hutch, okay? I desperately wanted one with a hutch to, I don't know, to make it look cute because it's cute, right? And he saw it and immediately looked it up and sent me a picture and said, baby, I found your desk. And when she asked me if I wanted it, at first I told her no, that it was too hard and go ahead and sell it. I can't, whatever. And she brought it for me anyways. She brought it over for me anyways because she knew he picked it out and she knew that I would regret not taking it. So this was going to be, this is his last gift to me. You guys, he supported this journey so much that like he would do anything for it. But me and the girls built it out of the box from scratch, put it all together ourselves. My bulletin board, you guys recognize this from the office. I've got that up there. I mounted and leveled it myself. Same thing with the bin for, because the one thing this desk is lacking is drawers. That was the one drawback. So like I have nowhere to put my pens. But I had this for my craft supplies. Anyways, it used to be mounted to the wall before. And now I have just kind of repurposed it for writing utensils. This cabinet here also came from her Overstock store. And like the minute I saw it, I knew I had to have it, right? Because it's super cute. I've got some of my bricks in there. The ones that are downstairs. The rest of my bricks are in my upstairs closet. Wow, that cabinet smells awesome. I opened that door, and it's that brick from SFR, which I haven't warmed any of it because, like, I feel bad. Again, why have it if you're not going to melt it? I know, but I don't want to wreck it yet. And then I've got, obviously, my testers and stuff in here. But, like, I knew it was going to be super cute and super great. And then I have, like, my mailing pieces and envelopes and stuff down there. So it's not like, I don't know, it's super cute. And then on top, you guys, I have my Disney collection and it's like seriously my favorite premium diffuser. It's the Shine diffuser. It's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And then I had found this stand at the like Target dollar spot for like $5, and it spins and rotates so that I can get to all my oils and have them nicely. I don't know. I love the display on it. This was a closet organizer that I ended up repurposing as like the perfect shelf because the spacing on it was great for my printer down here. So the spacing on it was really, really good. And I mean, I could do display up here. Here's my Baymax. These are my ears that I got when James and I went to Disney, to Star Wars, last May. It's literally the only trip we ever took without our kids, just the two of us. Alaska was supposed to be the second one because they were, old enough now that they could be away from us, but it was, so he's got my ears from that trip. My Villains wax collection that I've not melted. My Harry Potter collection. I got 2 of the Harry Potter. I did Villains too, but like I love the way that this looks. And then I actually have a little sample bar in my house now. Sorry for the jiggly camera, but so I have all of my little samples for easily packaging that, I bulk sample up, and I've got like washer whiffs and stuff back here and pet samples and stuff. So it will be an easy grab for when I'm packaging orders, and forgive the mess back there, man, because everything else is a mess. This corner looks great. The rest of the house, not so much. But yeah, so that's it. This is my new office corner in the front room because there's nowhere else for Mom to go. I have almost a 3,000 square foot house. I still have to be in the corner because I need all my bedrooms as a bedroom for the foreseeable future. So, all right, you guys, I am going to jet. I'm going to get some rest. I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.